Hi, folks. Welcome to my kitchen. This is chapter 5 of my journey with Parkinson's. Um, I can tell, but you may not be able to tell, but my guitar playing on that sample is not quite as good as previous ones. And it's something that I actually have learned pretty well. This is the fifth time I've done it and practiced a little bit. So I would have liked it to have been better, but there's a few little slip ups. So today I really wanted to talk about what it's like to have Parkinson's disease. I've had Parkinson's disease for, I believe, 8 years now. I think the onset was about 2016, 2017. If you look at some of my videos, you can see that there was a distinct tremor somewhere around that period. I was diagnosed in 2021, and that's when I started doing these videos. And I'm hoping these videos will help with a little bit of Parkinson's awareness. So if you're somebody who has Parkinson's or someone that knows people with Parkinson's, spread the word a little bit so that it does give some people some awareness. So I wanted to talk about what it's like for me to have Parkinson's disease. And the first thing you might notice is that I'm wearing this glove. This is a weighted glove. It has little weights in it, and it keeps me from keeps my tremors in check. They're really not very bad. If you can look, you can see my hands. This is my normal tremor. That's not too bad, and it really doesn't get in the way of things too much. Funny thing is that there's a classic thing they call pill rolling, which if I bend my finger here, it'll just like go into it completely involuntarily. It's just that's involuntary motion. But it's not too bad. The weighted glove helps me. I was having a lot of trouble with my mouse on my computer. My finger was like bouncing around. And somebody recommended that, and it helps. It's not great, but it helps. I've also got a weighted spoon that I use to eat soup. It's something you really can't do with Parkinson's. Eating soup is a real challenge, especially if you're in a restaurant. That happened to me, and it was kind of embarrassing. Anyhow, I want to tell you about Parkinson's. I think of Parkinson's as there's a bunch of little demons running around in my brain. And the scientific term for them is Lewy bodies. Lewy bodies are these things that are in your brain that attach themselves to neurons and neurotransmitters and either cause them to die or cause them to become misshapen or something. And that's what causes a lot of the problems in Parkinson's. So I have this idea that these Lewy bodies are in my brain, and they're meeting every once in a while and deciding how they're going to create mischief in my brain. My daughter is a doctor, and she said, I think the technical term for this is you have an effed up brain. And that's true. So they get together and they say, okay, what can we screw up? David's doing pretty good, so let's give him a little trouble. And they say, let's screw around with his body temperature, and that's something I've been experiencing recently. My body temperature in the mornings is around 97.4. That's my baseline temperature. As the day goes on, it gets lower and lower, and by 11 o'clock at night, it's usually at 94.3, 94.4, something like that, very, very close to hypothermia. And I am really, really cold. At about 5 o'clock every night, I change what I'm wearing and I get into thermal underwear, heavy pants, heavy socks, a sweater, a big heavy sweater. And I sit under two blankets and watch TV. it's not great, but that's what it is. And curiously, um, my uh, my movement disorder specialist, my neurologist, referred me to an endocrinologist to try to find out why I'm having this shift in time. So, maybe this will be something that's cured. I also have another thing that the Lewy bodies have decided to bestow on me is I have burning mouth syndrome. Again, it goes, it's connected with my circadian rhythm somehow and causes my mouth to be really burning whenever I eat anything with salt, pepper, any kind of spice, or even carbonated beverages or alcoholic beverages. I really can't drink those. Um, and, I think that's another thing that these Lewy bodies did. Or they might get together and say, yeah, let's screw around with his sleep. And a common disorder among people with Parkinson's is peripheral neuropathy. A lot of people, older people, get this. It's a tingling, numbness in your feet and in your fingers. Um, with me, it gets at times really bad, and there's some significant pain with it. So I think the Lewy bodies got together and decided to screw with my sleep, and they make it so that this neuropathy makes it so that my hands are really hurting. And about once every 90 minutes or so, it wakes me up, and I have to get up and shake my hands around and try to go back to sleep. And then, 90 minutes later, it happens again. Um, I'm going to increase my medication. I take gabapentin for the neuropathy, and it seems like an increase is called for. So that's kind of like what it's like to live with Parkinson's. You get these things. You have your normal problems with balance and posture and falling and tremors and all that other stuff. But there's a whole lot of other things: anxiety, depression, um, the autonomic dysfunction that I was talking about before. Um, I have another crazy thing that has come up recently is um, my control of my emotions, and it's not like it's completely out of control, but when I get frustrated with something, I start to get very anxious, and I can get angry and say things that aren't necessarily appropriate for that particular situation. And on the other hand, if I'm doing something that's very sentimental to me or watching something that's very sad on TV, um, I start to sob. It's really funny because that's not really normally me, but that's kind of what I deal with now. Anyhow, those are just some of the things that I deal with. The truth is, I'm doing pretty good. It seems as though every obstacle that I come to between physical therapy and medication, there's a usually a solution. If not a full solution, at least it makes things better and livable. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still feeling like today's a good day. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Next week's going to be good. Um, and I've got you know a lot of years ahead of me. So I want to thank you for watching. Let people know. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications so that in the fall when I do chapter 6, you'll be notified. So thanks again, and I'll see you in September.